Rise and Grind, the most allocated whiskeys in my collection. Let's get into the list. Here at Rise and Grind, we equip you, sharing with you whiskeys, cigars, sharing with you lounge activities, sharing with you grooming and wealth building tips. And today we want to just stop and pause, just take a quick glance at our collection, looking at some of the whiskeys that we've hunted for, some of the allocated, rare, hard to find whiskeys. We just want to share our journey with you. To my right, we've got some Cowboy, we've got some Blantons straight from the barrel. But I want to share some whiskeys that have more of a story to it. Some of the whiskeys that I'm happy that I found in my hunting journey. And the first whiskey that we want to share with you, we've got the Willet Purple Top. Now, you may not be able to see the purple top because the top has been popped, but trust me, this is a 9-year single barrel. This is 122 proof. And here's the story on how I got this. I'm going to pick up my daughter from school. I'm running early. And so I decided to go to Total Wines, just pop in there, maybe spend 30 minutes just looking around. And I see a line of guys starting to assemble. I got no idea what they're lining up for, but they look like bourbon guys, serious guys. It's 5 of them standing in line. And so I decided to just go and stand in line because there must be something good. I then saw that they had 6 bottles of Willet Purple Top. They had some Larceny, they had some Elijah Craig 18-year, and I was really just thinking, maybe I'll just get the Larceny. I had no plan to go in there and spend $300 on a bottle, but the first guy picked this up. And the crowd let up an uproar. Everyone was upset. And the second guy picked it up. And more people started to get upset. And then the third guy. And that taught me that, wow, people must really want this. And so by the time as it got to me, I went ahead and picked up a bottle. I Googled it later to find out what was it worth. Saw that some people are selling it for $1,500, but that's not why I buy whiskey. I don't buy it to flip it. I buy it to enjoy it. And so I cracked this, tasted it, and was absolutely blown away by it. This has an explosive taste to it, lots of cinnamon. This reminds me of Old Carter. There's something about these exotic and premium and just fine whiskeys. I never thought that I would ever be spending $300 on a bottle until I taste this. There's something about this. I'll tell you another quick story. The other day, I got to try Louis XIII, a cognac, $400 pour. There was something about that moment, something about the experience. I'm not saying it's worth it, but it's worth it. And that's what I have to say about this Willet Purple Top. I'm glad to have this in the collection. There's an explosive taste. There's an amazing experience when you drink this. It's perfect. It's the right proof. It's smooth enough. It's balanced enough. It is absolutely perfect, and it makes for a great moment. And I'm gonna enjoy this bottle on New Year's Eve. Willet Purple Top. And the next whiskey that we have for you, of most allocated whiskeys in my collection, we've got the Kentucky Owl. What makes this so allocated and rare? This is batch number 1. And so this is when Kentucky Owl was good. How did I get this? Hunted with my friends. We stumbled into a store. This was literally a Dusty. The owner didn't even know what it was. It was selling for $200. My friend said, that's batch 1. He said, you'll never see that ever again. I bought it not even knowing anything about Kentucky Owl, He said it was pretty good. Spent the $200, bought it. Then I Googled it and found out that this was a unicorn, batch 1. This is when it was 11 years aged. After batch 1, I think they got up to batch 4, and the quality just kept going down and down. And now the founder, he started 2XO, and the Carters were also a part of this. They started Old Carter. And so the company has absolutely changed. But when they made this product, when Deadman and the Carters, when they all got together and they made this perfect juice. This is a rye. This is filled with floral notes. There's honey. There's this gingerbread essence to it. I like to call this wife approved because my wife likes it. She doesn't drink any whiskey, but there's something about this that she enjoys. I cracked this open last New Year's. I am happy, thrilled, my wife is thrilled that we have this in the collection. Kentucky Owl, batch number 1. We hope that you are enjoying this video. If you are, leave a comment. What is your most allocated whiskey? Join this community where we simply share our stories, we share our journey. Let us know, how did you get your most allocated bottle? Join the community by hitting subscribe, leave a like, help this community to grow because we help each other. And one of the most allocated whiskeys that I have, I got from one of you, from one of my subscribers, my friend Dave. In fact, the next 3 whiskeys we're gonna look at, Dave sent them in. We've got Baker's 13. Now, I've never even seen this bottle in any store that I visited, but Dave sent this and I love this. This is a 13-year product. To me, this is better than Knob Creek 12. Knob Creek 12 has this fruitiness, this oakiness, that whenever I drink it, I'm always left thinking, I wish it was just a little bit better. And that's exactly what Baker's 13 is. It's Knob Creek 12 plus 1 more year. And that extra year makes it so much better. This has this fruitiness. A lot of reviewers talk about the pomegranate note. And until you taste it, you really don't understand that. There's this oakiness with the 13 years mixed in with that pomegranate. There's also this coffee bean note. This is smooth, it's balanced. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give this an 8. I can't wait to get the actual bottle, but I'm glad to have this in the collection. Baker's 13. And the next whiskey that we have for most allocated whiskey in our collection, I want to mention Knob Creek 18 year. I love Knob Creek 9 year. I love the single barrels that they put out. I like the 12 year. I really like the 15 year. But at 18 years, it's just too woodsy. I talked about the Elijah Craig 18 year in a video where I talked about allocated whiskeys that will disappoint you. And I'm coming to learn that 18 year is the cutoff. In fact, anything past 15 year, I probably don't want. It's too oaky for my palate. And so it is good. You do get the quintessential bourbon notes, the molasses, the brown sugar, but it's so overpowered by the oak. And so Knob Creek 18 year, I'm glad to have it in the collection, but it's taught me what my palate is looking for. 18 years is too old for me. But I'm happy to have in my collection Knob Creek 18 year. And the last whiskey that we have for you, we've got Wild Turkey 12 year. Now, for a long time, this was only sold over in Japan and overseas. And so us in America couldn't get it. I think now they're selling it here. I still haven't seen a bottle myself, but my buddy Dave sent me over a sample of this. This is Wild Turkey 12 year. And so I love the standard Wild Turkey 101. This is that product aged for 12 years. Now the Wild Turkey, the 101 is about 8 years. And so it's that's why it's so good. That cinnamon, that hot tamale. At 12 years, it becomes a lot more balanced. And so you still get a lot of those cinnamon. On this, I get this blackberry note. And so it has a long finish. I would say that this is turkey done well. And so you got a lot of turkey products out there. I know a lot of people love rare breed. I don't like rare breed. A lot of the turkey products out there, the Russells, I just don't like them. But this, my notes told me when I wrote it down, I said, this is turkey done well. And so finally, this is a Wild Turkey product that I would chase after. And I'm happy to have this Wild Turkey 12 year added to my collection. We hope that we have blessed and honored your time. And so we're praying that you would help us. Join this community by hitting subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, but most importantly, rise and grind.